How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Glad you're here. I'm Jimmy. We're making it work. We are about to spend a day in the shop. First, we got to open the shop. Oh, you notice the project truck behind me? We had a little progress on the project truck. Have to check out that video too. That's a separate series on the channel. I think there's 112 videos or so on the project truck so far. We've been working on it a while. I think I've put a total of about 75 miles on it since I bought it. I got about $30,000 in it now. I could have bought a pretty nice truck for that, but it wouldn't have been something I built myself. So I could say bought and built. Maybe I'll make a shirt. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take you to work with me today. We're gonna fix a bunch of cars, learn stuff, have fun, keep the lights on, all the stuff that we're supposed to do. 65 degrees, low humidity. Beautiful out. A little chilly actually. I could have wore a jacket, but I didn't want you to make fun of me because I know it's probably 30 or 40 degrees up where you're at. I know Kathy says pretty often how cold it gets. 59 for high and 30s at night. It's like Canada. But her and her husband James are not in Canada, but it sounds like Canadian weather. We are having some fun, getting things done and getting ready to get this thing started. We got to finish opening up the shop. We got some things to do. BMW might even be running today. We'll see. Parts are rolling in for the Ferrari. It's definitely gonna be worth hanging around and seeing what goes on. I don't know yet, so you can't possibly know. Let's finish getting this place open up though and see what we can do to make it work today. Stay tuned. Now this thing, 100,391 miles on this cream puff 2015 Chevrolet Malibu. We got some codes. Customer said it runs great, but I got a light on, and the code is something you might not be familiar with. P305F, dual battery control module performance. That sounds kind of scary, but this has a stop start system. Okay, that's how you want it. We'll pull the key out. Has a stop start system, and if either battery goes bad, it has an auxiliary in the trunk, then it'll set that code. Pretty common failure actually, especially because a lot of people don't even know there's a second battery, and all of a sudden the stop start doesn't work, the check engine light will come on, they'll get weird warnings. So let's test that battery real quick. It's in the trunk. Car's in decent shape. Gonna give it like an 8. Quick and easy. Needs an auxiliary battery. Look how cute that little battery is, isn't it? About the size of my chubby little fist. So that's an easy one. Needs a battery. We'll see if they want to do. I think I got a Mercedes with a coolant issue, but they gave me the Mercedes first actually, but this customer's waiting. So I pulled it out, pull this one in. I'll pull a Mercedes back in now. After I'll give them a few minutes to let me know what we're doing with this one. Mercedes leaking coolant. You know what that means. Plastic broken somewhere. We just got to find out where. 2016 Mercedes-Benz Luxury Performance European Exotic. Let's see what we can find. I got a flashlight. I got a mirror. I see some coolant on the motor mount down here, but I can't. A lot going on, let's put it that way. Doesn't get too crazy, but put some water in, see if something happens. Something happened. Type of water pump / housing, or is it migrating to something else? There's so much going on in here, you can't. Oh, this is all aluminum too, huh? That's cool. You can see something pouring down here. It's dripping down onto the oil cooler, and now it's stopping. There's a belt and a pulley there. That must be a water pump or of some sort. I don't understand why it looks that way, but it's a Mercedes, so you know, anything goes. Right now there's a Mercedes guy cringing going, oh my god dude, it's right there. It's probably a common problem. I'm gonna look that up and see what that is. It's right next to the oil filter, and there's a pulley down there. You want me to flip you over and put you in there? Okay, I'll send you in for a ride. Hang on. Still can't see it, can you? We'll figure it out, I think. That's the coolant pump. It's like under the turbo. So, yeah. It's about a foot long, and that little pulley, it looks like it turns just a shaft. It's because the coolant pump's in the back, and it's like a big housing assembly. I'm not sure what part of it leaks the coolant, but they're going to check into that. I didn't look at the labor. It's probably a couple hours in the labor guide, and it'll take about 4, but we'll see what happens with that. We're going to do our best. That's all we can do, really. Do our best. I know that's leaking real bad. We're going to recommend a belt, because when the coolant's leaking, it's getting all over the place in there. And see what's next. I think I got an auxiliary battery for the Malibu, and I think they sold the Struts or something too. I gotta look. He was telling me, but I was looking this up at the meet, and I'm not really listening. I should listen better. This poor thing has been through some stuff. 2016 Dodge Journey with 163,000 miles. All kinds of lights on, airbag, check engine, stuff like that. It needs a transmission, so catch you guys up. It doesn't go sometimes when it gets hot. Oh, there it goes. See? It's got like 9 transmission codes. I already looked at it. Kind of running around like a chicken without a head this morning, doing like 4 cars at once. So I didn't film the beginning. I filmed the middle and the end. And I'm going to put it out here with the Mercedes, and we'll see what happens with it. I went to try to drive it and jumped into neutral when I was trying to go out in the traffic. Wasn't fun, let's put it that way. But I got it back, nursing it down the shoulder of the road with the flashers on. Nobody got hurt, luckily. And we'll give them an estimate for a transmission. They wanted an oil change and stuff too, because the oil change is 7,000 miles overdue. So we'll see if any more comes of this. You may never see it again, and you may see a whole bunch of restoration work going on. Vacuum cleaning, all kinds of cool stuff. It's a cute little battery, isn't it? I think he said we were doing some other stuff, if I understood him correctly. It's hard to tell. He talks really fast. Everything is like, I'm like, what? Sometimes I just go, okay. All 10 millimeters for this thing. It's got a vent on it, so we will transfer that over. And the reason it vents is, well, it doesn't really fit very tight. Interstate quality. Put it the other way, it's better. It has a vent because the batteries put out a gas when they're charged. You don't want the gas circulating in the trunk and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So just reach behind the battery. This has a little pin that goes into a slot in the battery box behind the battery. So it's probably easier to connect that afterwards, I think. Not really tons of room in here. With such a tiny little battery, you'd think it'd be easy, right? like it was tight because it doesn't go all the way down, I guess. It wasn't tight. Threads are stripped in the hold down nut. That helped. Went and got a longer bolt out of my toolbox. The bottom threads are still good. The top one's not so much. Someone must have put it in crooked or something. Why I sit down through the bottom. Okay. It's almost too easy. Now, there's a little string right here that we got to get to for the glove box door. First, you put the stops back up. You got to get the string in this little hook. Pocket screwdriver or some reasonable facsimile thereof. There you go. Oh, sometimes you got to put your camera down. Once you put the camera down, put it right on. It's a big deal. Oil change upsell. Don't be jealous. Making it happen. I was gonna change just the gasket, but you see the threads are also kind of rolling over compared to the new one. We're doing an oil drain plug upgrade. Upsell. I think the struts are here. These are the ones that only have one bolt on top. Should be really easy. While we're here, might as well grab a 24 and loosen my nuts. Bottom's regular 2-bolt setup and all. These are fairly easy, especially compared to the last one I did. Remember what one it was? Let's just say diamond necklaces. Get the brake hose out of here. There's no bracket there. This is welded on, so you don't have a lot of options. You gotta pop it out of there. 18mm for everything, depending on if the sway bar length spins or not. Oh yeah, okay. You know what? I brought over the correct size Torx, which is a T40. Let me know when you got the new shocks in, Jimmy. Alright. That's interesting. Usually they spin right out once you loosen them, but that block nut was the real deal. So it wasn't anxious to get out of there. Some of these are splined to the strut or knuckle. Some of them are not. That one looks like it popped right out of there. Nope, I forgot I switched over to my dead blow for Ferrari repairs. It is splined, but and it's spun. That's weird. Usually when that bolt is splined into the knuckle, it's not going anywhere. Okay. Now I'm doing this a little backwards. I unbolted the top already just because I felt like it. I'm going to find out if I pay for that or not. Sway bar. Yeah, see? And that whole suspension is kind of going to fight me a little. That's it. That's how we learn. Like doing dumb stuff. Dumb and ignorant, not the same, not really the same thing. Feels like it at the time though. Ignorant is when you don't know any better. Dumb is when you do. Right? Uh-oh. Almost got hit in the face with a strut. Don't want to get any injuries on this pretty. My subscribers will go down if I get any uglier, I know that. Warning, don't take the second nut off. If you don't know, now you know. Get a couple tries for your arm gets tired. Ooh. Alright. Got my shiny new nuts on there, got my new plates on there. These locking nuts are so tight that I put a little coil on there just for a little assistance going back together. That's pretty ridiculous how tight this lock nut is. That's even with the coil on there. You don't want that coming loose. They do weird things if that nut manages to loosen just a tiny bit. The sway bar link will give a little click, click when it hit certain bumps and stuff. I think that's why they do it, but they're usually not quite so serious. Now, main strut bolts. Plastic shield, I gotta get involved. I haven't tightened the top on purpose yet. I just put it in and left it loose. But I'm actually fighting it now. Think of a way I can get more leverage and make it less muscles and more brain, both of which I'm lacking a little bit right now, so it's going to be a struggle. That much I'm sure of. I think if I get a Phillips screwdriver and just try to get close, I can hold it up with that like I did in the last one. Take more stuff apart. I don't want to. I'll use my thigh to hold the pry bar up. Whew, you got to be tricky in this business, I'm telling you. Second bolt shouldn't be so bad. facing these the other way because the splines didn't grab in the knuckle. And I kind of think they should. I might need to do a universal one, or an extension. Stripped, unfortunately. I think I've said it before, but I think it bears repeating that if you're putting wheels on at 140 foot-pounds with an impact gun and then you torque them at 90 pounds with a torque wrench, you're not torquing them. You're verifying you over-tighten them. That torque wrench has to turn a little before it goes click. If just going click, 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 click on all the nuts is not torquing them. I bet you he's here for an alignment. Nope. We can safely assume someone did a truck blast. I guess I shouldn't. I always put the regular arms back on because 90% of what we do, they fit. So I'll have to switch them over, clean off this work area a little bit. That's going to bother me. It's 11:30. Do you know where your co-workers are? Alright, this thing is done. I just got to clear the check engine light out, verify the wheels straight on the road test, a line machine said it's straight, and then we'll see what's next. 2010 Ford Explorer. Customer had the HVAC box out, put an evaporator heater core in it, and now he smells coolant but can't find the leak. I know that doesn't look good. That looks like AC dye or something. And I know that doesn't look good. I know that's low. Alright, we'll put some water in it. We'll put some pressure on it. We'll see if we can find something. He had the dash and the HVAC box out of it, but can't find a coolant leak. That doesn't go together, but we'll sort it out. Let's take a peek in here, find the necessary accoutrements for a pressure test. You know we need that. And we need one of these guys. feeling lucky. Let's try that one. Nah, man, that might not be it. That's the import one. I knew it. Well, if I knew it, I wouldn't have grabbed it. Isn't that true? I should have known it. There you go. That's better. More accurate. It does have a coolant smell in here. Kind of strange. I'm gonna look and see if it has a misfire when I fire it up. I don't see anything coming out on the ground. I've pressurized it. I moved it over the alignment rack, looked from underneath for a drip somewhere, nothing. So, kind of strange. Oil change required warning. It's got brand new full oil, so he's doing his own oil changes probably. And he's waiting for this, by the way, so. Man, it does have like a little bit of a coolant smell to it. Might have to see about putting a borescope in there, charge him for taking the blower motor out to look inside there or something like that. I don't know. Let's see if we can bring up some misfire data and start it and see if we find a misfire on a cylinder. It may even be a code, even though when I was running it, the check engine light wasn't on. Then I could definitely. It's weird, he's got straight water in it. It doesn't have much coolant left. It might be 20% coolant at the most. It looks pretty nasty looking rusty water. The problem is that little bit I smell. He said something about smelling it too, but sometimes when you take the HVAC box out, especially if it was done very recently, you spill a little bit in the carpeting, you'll smell it for a month before it all evaporates or dries up. Let's bring up some data and look at that. Well, we have some HVAC codes. None of them are going to tell you whether it's leaking or not, but maybe we can clear those out for them at least, see if they come back. PCM. I don't want to start it till I got the data up, so we'll bring up the IDS style misfire screen. Let's go special functions, power balance monitoring. Start it up. It wants it running, but so you can't really do it with it. One looks a little odd, but nothing bad. Very strange. Definitely no engine codes. If this misfired only cold, even it would have a. I think it's a PO316 misfire at startup. If it couldn't even tell what cylinder, then it wouldn't be accompanied by another code. But if it thought, number one's my problem, and it does it only cold, it would have the PO316 and a PO301. But right now everything looks good. Very odd. I'm going to keep pressurizing this thing, and something's going to show itself eventually. Either a weld misfire, or it's going to drip somewhere on the ground. Even if it comes out the overflow, the HVAC hose, as long as they've got it in the right hole and got it back together the way it's supposed to be, it'll drip outside somewhere. These used to be really bad for dripping on a catalytic converter, so I'm assuming it's on the right hand side somewhere. I haven't located it directly yet. I've looked up to see if I could find a drip, and the only drips I saw coming out of the exhaust, which when the exhaust sweats inside, it's normal for it to drip where the joints are, and the muffler weep hole will have a little water come out of it. And after a car runs 15-20 minutes and it's all been heated up really good, then that should stop. But we're going to carry on this. I got a Chevy Malibu also towed in that does not start, has a dead battery, and you put the jump box on it and has security codes and won't crank. So I think we'll play with this, keep pressure on it a while, and come back to it. It's hot in that car from sitting in the parking lot. I'm going to hook this up and hang out here. It's kind of strange. They said it didn't start, had a immobilizer light on. Hooked up the JS3000 from the Top Don folks, and Fired up and drove it in. Let's see. Intelligent diagnosis. 6 ECM codes, 2 EBCM codes, a chassis code, power steering module code, 6 BCM codes. My goodness gracious. It's rivaling BMW and Mercedes with all those codes. And voltage, 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 voltage. Starting to see a trend. Oh, probably shouldn't have sparked like that. I wonder if this thing could just have a bad battery. It's charging pretty good. Let's shut it off and see what this battery's doing. It's a door last. Can't be the battery. It's interesting too. It's got a new alternator in it. It's missing airbox screws and stuff, but that's before the mass airflow sensor, and the hoses after it are tight, as far as I can see. Oh, there's a bolt missing from that. Very odd. I gotta shut it off to check this battery, because it is charging 13.8, 13.9. Oh, it's definitely leaking now. We got some new information. I said, man, I can't find a leak anywhere. And they said, well, the customer put heater control valves in the heater hoses so that it could turn off the heater because it blows hot out the driver's side otherwise, and it leaks otherwise. So basically diagnosed it himself, put the heater control valve in both heater hoses and all, kind of see it dripping out of the drain tube down there. So it needs a heater core and a blend door for the driver's side. Either the blend door or actuator. The blend door might be broken. Supposedly he had all this out of there, but I don't know if there's confusion going on or if he just took it all apart and put it back together without fixing anything. Well, we're gonna go full platinum on this bad boy, see what happens. We'll let you know. Got dry rotted tires too, but that's a separate issue. Nope, Joe's got the head off this thing now. Getting lifters. This one here, the story keeps getting better and better. Another shop put his heater core and evaporator core in using his parts, no warranty. So who knows what really happened. I just know the heater core is leaking real bad. So we'll see if any more comes of that thing. We got a battery for this. I'm gonna put the battery in there and see if it fixes our other ailments and all those weird codes and stuff, see how it runs afterwards. This battery is so bad that it gets very unhappy when I take my jump box off, let's put it that way. Now this is right up there with the Ford Escape as far as dumb battery layout designs. And I want to say this is supposed to be on the battery post, by the way. This little strap is supposed to be on the post before the terminal, but these little catches hold this contraption on here, and these wires don't always want to let you take it off. So I might have to get a 7, I think those are. It might be 8. And take these back wires off, and then you can get all this nonsense off of there. I use this hook. This is a hose pick tool, but now it's officially a battery latch tool. You also got to be careful. This might have an auxiliary battery in the trunk or something. Some of these things could be powered up just a little bit from that little tiny battery, if it has one. I haven't looked. So I don't want to let any of these touch ground, but see, it's easy, man. What are you worrying about, Jimmy? Jeez Louise. This one's a tiny bit bigger. This is supposed to go over here like this before you put the rest of the stuff on, so if you have an accident it doesn't go someplace it's not supposed to go, I guess. I don't know. Some GM engineering genius. The guy that designed their engine management systems and their lifters designed this. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And if he's listening and he's mad, good. I hope he is. He should be mad at himself. I don't know why are those doing stuff like that. I touch them to each other and they arc. It must be powering something up from the auxiliary to something else. I don't know. Not my concern. Point 3, it's going in. Close your eyes and get it done. Don't pay attention, don't question anything, do it. I see these loose a lot too because the AutoZone Assassin is involved sometimes, and they have good ones too, but they're not all Assassins over there at the AutoZone, trust me. Only some of them. You know, the ones that are on their cell phone with the girlfriend behind the counter and they ignore you like you're not standing there waiting to pay for your air freshener and your chrome accessories? That's the guy. That's the guy you want to blame right there. These are all tight. Sometimes you got to check someone else's work too. Make sure all these cables are tight. Let's buzz it just real quick. Live to ride, or ride to live. Oh my goodness gracious, let's just kill me, bro. My pocket screwdriver can't get it done, so I get more serious, that's all. Now if I can get this in here, it's a serious commitment at this point. This battery's not coming back out. Then you got to push all your other accoutrements back in place. You got a sensor, you got a fuse link, it looks like right here. I don't know. This cover is supposed to go on somehow or another. I don't want to get too crazy putting it all together in case something's still going on with the electrical system, but I want to make sure it's ready to go if it is fixed, right? This kind of goes down here and there's a little slot down here. Suddenly like a brand new car, as long as it runs okay. It was running kind of weird. I did drive it in, but I wasn't happy about the whole situation. I'm still trying to figure out too where the immobilizer stuff came from, but whoop, CD's out. What are we listening to? Key Detali. I know the hood's open. Quiet. Oh man, it's running like a champ. Makes you want to dance. I recommended a couple things on the inspection, nothing big, wipers and some little things like that, but getting it running, that was number one. And whatever the immobilizer problem someone thought they saw, it's not happening now, let's put it that way. I don't want to say anybody was wrong or any of that, or they might have panicked or something. What a day. That's just kind of weird. The manager was just asking me, what's going on at the F150? I said, the heater core's leaking. He's like, they just did that. Okay, it's leaking. I don't know what to tell you. Well, he's going to be mad. I'm like, well, I didn't do it. I don't know. I didn't make the part either, even if I did do it. If you get a crappy part and it fails, whose fault is it? Not the guy that put it in. Although the mechanic tends to take the blame nine times out of 10. But This guy's not. Nope. Let's go ahead, clear some DTCs. Yes, I want to clear them all. GM doesn't care if the engine's running, that's fine. Then I'm going to take it for a drive, see how it runs on the road, see if they want to do the other stuff we talked about. Nothing really major wrong with it. Unless they're going on a trip or something, you know. It's not the same Malibu as this morning. The 3 Malibus came through here today. So, 3. Oh, heck yeah, it is. You're going to work on the air conditioning. This is what you do. There's the AC fittings right back there. You gotta take the panel off. Take the panel off. Take the straps. Take this bracket off for the spare. Never mind. Never mind. I got a ticket. Now this poor Toyota Sienna has been through some stuff. Got the old Earthshine paint job going. No harm in that. Bumper's kind of coming off. Wheel liner's not in place and stuff. And that's where the washer pump is. And they're saying the washers don't work and the fog lights don't work. And both of those things could potentially be related to the Earthshine paint job. I'm not sure. Just playing my hunches. Let's go inside. It's a 2013 with 152,000 miles on it. The whole car's been painted that way, not just the front. So, we'll fire it up. And we will work our washers. The fact that the wipers turn on means it got a signal. But no water sprayed or washer fluid sprayed. 2 possibilities. Pump's bad or the hoses are clogged. Sometimes they get like, depending on what kind of water gets put in the washer bottle, sometimes they can get mineral deposits and gel and kind of clog up the screen to the pump. In which case you generally will replace the pump. They're like 15, 20 bucks sometimes. As long as it's not anything really unusual. Some of the BMWs, you got to take the fender, literally take the fender off the car to get to the washer pump. So you would definitely want to get a new pump for something like that. But on a car where the wheel liner is not even clipped in place and you can pop it out of there easy, you might try cleaning it. But what we're going to do is look for power and ground to it. I also want to see about my fog lights. They're off right now. Now they should be on. Sometimes you also have to put on headlights and high beams or something like that. It does have the fog light image here. See if I turn it off and on. So it thinks it's putting the fog lights on. Could just have 2 bad bulbs. Sometimes one will go out and I'll keep running it and then the other one goes out. Let's take a look. Well, I thought they said the fog lights don't work, but more accurately the fog light doesn't work. Well, my bulb doesn't look too great. I'll plug another one in real quick and kill 2 stones with 1 bird. Ooh. That tire's about had it. Not just bald yet, but you know, it's getting there. Here's my washer pump stuff. Alright, I got a connection in the washer pump connector. There's 2 pumps. One goes to the back, one goes to the front. So, deductive reasoning, I figured out which hose looks like it goes to the hood. Hopefully I'm on the right one. Got my reel so I can extend my wires to my test light. See if it lights my test light. That should be a convenient holder. I don't want it up on the wipers because the wipers are going to wipe. I don't want to knock any Bondo out of the doors. I got to be careful I don't hit stuff. Let's get in here. That's mean, man. Don't be, why are you mean like that, Jimmy? Oh, test lights. Now, the question is it clogged and the pump's running, or is it pump not running? To tell that, I'll have to have someone put their hand on the pump, see if they feel the pump going bzzz. The pump motor is not running, and I can blow through the hose out the nozzles. Here's a pump. Well, if you want to check your cam lobes, you can use your borescope for that too, because you can't really get your head in there far enough to see with the cylinder head off. We had a lifter that has bad roller on it, bad edges, and it was sticking as well. So we want to make sure that cam lobe's okay. So far, so good. Not seeing anything really tragic.
We have peak yet?
Getting there. There's like a silver line down the cam lobe, but not like a gouge. It's like it just cleaned the oil off of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something's coming up now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You want to... That's... I see a little bit of a line on the cam lobe. This line right here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. See the pitting in the lobe? It's taking some damage. This edge here and this edge here, I think, are damaged in the lobe, and a little bit of pitting. This looks like it might have turned in the bore. That is bad. Well, that's unfortunate. It's definitely a gouge in the cam lobe. Alright guys, we're getting ready to close up. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Got something from it. Another odd day. Every day's odd anymore. Welcome to Automotive Repair 101. Click the like button before you head out if you got a little bit of enjoyment out of it, either at my expense or maybe you pick something up. Leave a comment below. Tell me how I did. And more than anything, hope I see you in another video, because you're awesome.